Hello beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Libby Air. If you're new around here, I make videos every week about beauty, lifestyle, and inspiration. I hope that you are wonderful this February season. I don't know, is it still February? We're almost in March, but we're excited because this is the part 2 of our Financial Peace University videos. If you haven't taken a peek at our Financial Peace University, why we got started, I'm gonna link it down below. That would be a helpful video to watch if you were interested in learning more about the reason why we decided to do Financial Peace University, which is a program led and written by Dave Ramsey. This is the topic of finances and marriage, and we're going to share with you just a couple of insights of how we overcame some of the struggles in doing the Financial Peace University, and then we're going to share with you some of the victories that we had as well, and also how we've included our children in learning how to give, save, and spend. Dave Ramsey says to figure out a why, right? To figure out a vision of the reason why you even want to make changes. Because starting to make a change, especially in something that is either unknown, to me, I didn't grow up knowing how to finance anything or how money worked or how saving worked. So for me, it was a completely new territory. For Doug, like we said in the other video, he was used to doing money one way, and then now he was trying to figure it out in a different way. So for us to even begin wanting to do the hard things about changing bad habits, we had to have a vision of what we wanted as a family. So Doug took me on a date, and we went to his office, and we just sat and we went on the internet. We looked at pictures of what it was that we wanted to do with our lives. So we started printing out a bunch of stuff, and it was funny because when we came together, all of our little pictures, they kind of looked the same. Like we both wanted similar things, right? You had travel, right?
Travel, missions trips.
Right, giving, like doing like big mission outreach type of things, giving to others, gathering with friends, like that was a thing that we had on our vision board. And then one of the most beautiful stories about that Dave Ramsey, like that's the part that got me, was he talks about horses pulling together when they are trained. I'm not gonna say it right.
I'll make up the numbers, but a horse, the certain type of horse, it can by itself, it can pull 4,000 pounds.
Yeah.
And then if you put it together just with another random horse, same style, they can pull like 9,000 pounds or something, but then if you train them, those two horses together, and they're actually trained to pull together, and I'm sure walk in the right way, whatever, it's something like they can pull like 20,000 pounds or something like that, so it's talking about the difference of by yourself, not working on the same plan, or if you really are trained working together, you can really get momentum and strength and combine, do more than what you would think you'd be able to do.
Yeah, that story got me because I was like, I think a lot of the times that we had financial strife, it was because I wanted my own things, and I didn't see us working as a team. And when I finally got that, it was God that wanted us to work as a team to pull together toward a vision. It was a game changer. And I just want to talk about just a little bit of the hardships that we had going through Financial Peace. Doug, would you like to share just some of the things that you sort of struggled with learning something new?
Well, I think one, recurring issue for us was just like, if you, before going to Financial Peace University, if you went shopping or something, all of a sudden I'm like, well, what's in there? Where'd that, why'd you buy that, And I was able to do a shift once we started budgeting everything. It freed me up to be almost excited for, oh, what'd you get? Let me see.
That's right.
I knew it was already coming out of money that we had agreed upon, and you're free to do whatever you want with that, with what we had already agreed upon before it. So yeah. That really helped a lot. For me, I really wasn't much into debt, but I always kind of played the credit card game. I just bought everything on a credit card and then paid it off every month. And I think just really learning to that's just a really lame system. No millionaire ever goes, oh man, I really hit millionaire status because of my credit card points, or something. It's really just a tricky, lame game that the credit card companies play and stuff. And you really spend less, you make way better decisions. We started using cash and debit cards only, got rid of the credit cards. We've been doing that for almost 4 years now, and
it's been amazing.
I don't regret it in any way at all. Totally the right choice, right decision. Just kind of frees you up, and you make so much better decisions and choices when you're, paying with cash at the cash register, things like that.
Yeah, you definitely feel the weight of your purchase. Like, especially for me, if it's a credit card, boom, I want to buy everything. But at the grocery store, even I remember when we first started and we were really like buckling down. We didn't have an emergency budget. We were just starting off, and we knew we needed to make changes. So I went to the grocery store and I grabbed some Pirate's Booty. I don't know if you guys have ever eaten that. It's actually like chips, right? Or they're like popcorn. But anyway, I grab them, and then she's ringing them up, and I look at the price and I look at my budget. I'm not going to be able to afford them, so I've had to put them back. Not to say like, oh, poor me, I couldn't buy my Pirate's Booty, but it made me think twice about what I was putting in my cart. Especially I buy all the groceries for the home. It's so easy to just toss things in a grocery cart and not have any mindfulness about what it is that you are actually purchasing, and then the money goes to waste, right? When you have the budget and there's only a certain amount of money I can have. I don't have any shame, y'all, to put things back now. I used to be so scared to be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I need to put that back. I'm like, nope, sorry, it's not in my budget.
Yeah, I mean, me, when I'm at the grocery store, I can add it all up in my head, and so I'm good to go. You just kind of throwing everything in. But you learn to place things on the belt from most important to least important. So when they get there, you go, oh, stop, sorry, the rest of those items not going to be happening today.
Don't you want to be behind me at Target? Whatever. I don't have any shame about it anymore. I know that the important part is that we're doing this as a team, and we're moving forward in a goal for our family.
I think one of the biggest things is it really just made us more intentional. I think intentional is a really good word to use when it comes to walking the baby steps. I know for me, one thing that was hard was I know mathematically the importance of compounding interest and growing your retirement and things like that. So I wanted to I was doing 4 or 5 things at once. And in life, when we try to do a bunch of things at once, we kind of fail at all of them.
Yeah.
Or if we're really focused and intentional just on one thing and one thing at a time, that's where the baby steps are really good.
Yeah.
I think that was hard for me to kind of push pause on a few things, but ultimately it taught me the importance of being intentional about one thing and really having plan and a future and goal, about other things and aspects.
One of the struggles that I faced was just relationally. Man, I was not a person who liked conflict, right? I did not want to have conflict. I just wanted everything to just be fine. No rustling feathers. And holy schcanoli, this is not, it's such an amazing work that you get to do with your partner, but it's not easy. It was hard sometimes. We had some really awesome, exciting talks where we were yelling at each other. No, I'm just kidding. No, we weren't. It was hard. It was hard. I don't want to sugarcoat it. It was very difficult at times, and we had to remind ourselves of why we were even doing it, but I would do it again over and over and over again.
It's such a short period of time of discomfort in order to get past and be in so much more freedom after that. So it's, like I said before, you'll be sitting watching the videos in the class, and it's like, oh man, that's me. I don't want to talk about that. Ugh, that's ugly, but
shove it behind.
You ultimately got to realize you're both kind of messed up and both have issues. You're both bringing baggage to the table, and so it's like, look, we got to work through this, and it will be tension and tough at times at the beginning, but really it is so much worth it to, just like anything in life, teaching my kids to ride a bike, it's hard, it's confusing, and you fall and you get scraped, and but now they ride their bikes, oh my gosh, they have so much freedom and just cruising around, going wherever, riding as fast as they can. It's like that with anything, and especially with this. It really, not only just for getting you to a better place, but it's kind of setting your legacy for your family and your children, seeing what's going on. And I mean, our larger family is seeing kind of the fruits of all this and everything, our closer friends and everything, you know, and we're not really talking about it or doing anything. It's more of just seeing it by example, things like that. And then it opens up the opportunity for conversations. Talk about it later.
Yeah. And you mentioned our children. So we have this beautiful tradition now to teach our children where money comes from. We're showing them that money comes from work. And when they do their chores, which they have because they're a part of this family, it's like it's built into the fabric of our family as well, is that you are a partner in this home. And that means that these are your responsibilities, but when you do them, you get commission.
Yeah, so I mean, ultimately there's things they just are expected to do in the house and they're not getting paid for that. But then really we've got this board. Dave Ramsey's got a really great kind of financial peace junior course type thing. So we've jumped all into that. There's 6 books that are storybooks that talk about saving and spending and debt, integrity, all that kind of stuff. Those are great bedtime stories we read with the girls. It's got this really cool kind of piggy bank, but it's triangle shaped. And really, we're teaching the girls there's only 3 things you can do with money. You can give it, you can save it, or you can spend it. And so the triangle, the piggy bank is shaped in a triangle that allows you to save for giving, save for saving, and save for spending. And really, it's this great visual thing. There's really only 3 things you can do with it, and it's teaching them that you got to do a little bit of all of that. And so then with that, there's a kind of a board on charts of what they do, and if they do it, they're going to get paid for it. If they don't do it, they're not going to get paid for it.
Kind of like life.
So we're teaching that's where money comes from. It comes from doing work. We don't expect to be getting handouts or anything. And once a week we sit down, we go over everything, pay them, and then they divvy it up into give, save, and spend.
It's one of the most amazing things as a mom to have them take their money that they've earned, go to the store and realize, hey, this is something I can afford. I'm going to buy it, and it's going to be amazing because I did this. I worked, I saved, I gave, and now I get to enjoy spending this money without feeling any guilt and without having any debt. Giving has become a part of our fabric, the fabric of our family, and it has been the most amazing thing to walk with God in trust that He is an abundant God that provides for all of our needs. And we have been able to experience the goodness and the abundance of God because He has shown us that giving first out of the first fruits of what we get. And I mean, I primarily stay home with my children, so Doug had to make that decision, you know, for our family, like, will we give the first fruits? And that has been an incredible lesson that we have learned, is to trust God. It doesn't make sense. Giving doesn't make sense. Giving generously doesn't make sense. And we're not saying this to boast on ourselves. Like, we boast on the Lord because only He can work those things out in our heart, right? Only He can help us to trust Him and to allow Him to do the work that only He can do in our hearts. So we give Him all the glory, but we have experienced that, and we just want to encourage you that that is a part of this program, is being able to live with hands that are open so that you can receive and give more than you ever thought possible.
Yeah, I mean, God created us. He knows there's something in us that we need to be giving, and so He obviously has that in the scriptures of, you know, giving the first fruit and the tithe and the offering and everything.
I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. My goodness, it's been a pleasure having you on my channel, honey. Go check out, my husband's a realtor. He has a YouTube channel, and he has so much wisdom. If you are looking even just for wisdom to know how to buy a home or sell a home, he has a ton of information on his YouTube channel. I'm going to link it down below. If you're interested, subscribe to his channel. He does awesome videos that will inspire you and give you wisdom on the real estate market. I hope to see you soon next week. Bye-bye.